ashes and soot of a chimney to find respite from the harsh, bitter temperatures, to emerge as a blackbird, covered in the soot and embers of a forgotten fire. I hope to be forgotten, to curl up in the cottage we're headed to and wait out the darkest days of winter. It's January. Why would anyone get married in January? I stroke the blood-stained wedding veil sitting on the car seat next to me. This is not how this was supposed to end. It was a happy day. The sun was high, and the trees were dripping with crisp blossom, like they'd been dipped in white paint. It was magical. It was everything I thought it would be. Until it wasn't. When we turn into an even narrower path, my small car rising and falling with the potholes, I know we're here. I risk looking at the back seat. He's still asleep. I'll wake him when we get there. There's a wooden plaque, obscured slightly behind trailing ivy and rock debris. I check the directions on my phone, which I've propped up on the dashboard. The sign says Bramble Cottage, and I read in the booking description that you can pick blackberries at the bottom of the garden to make blackberry crumble, or brambles if you want a tipple in the hot tub, or curled up in the garden room listening to the rain patter, or on the sun-soaked veranda in summer. I reach over and stroke the veil. We were supposed to make brambles and cook a warming meal of lamb shank and mustard mash after a long walk across the fields. Maybe we would have had an ale at one of the pubs on the way. I'd slip into the swimming costume and silky robe and dangle my legs off the kitchen counter, waiting for you to come over. I'd take a sultry sip of the bramble. Then we'd forget about dinner. We'd forget about everything. I can't think like that now, though. Things are different. I reach a hand back and stroke his cheek. He is the only thing that matters now. Bramble Cottage has its own private driveway with a thick black iron gate. The cottage sits in complete darkness, its outline just visible in the night. It's set back from a stone-lined country road that leads to the quaint little town of Bakewell. The Peak District has fond memories for us. I remember going up the cable cars at the Heights of Abraham, how I draped my legs over yours on the way up, and we'd bought a cup of tea at the top, and wandered around the caves and marvelled at the view. I climb out of the car, pulling my phone from the wire. There's a key lock with a code I need to enter by the gate that should release a fob and keys, according to the check-in instructions. I find it underneath a dangling piece of ivy and work the code until the latch releases. I stab at the fob, and the gate gently creaks open, swatting at fallen branches and skimming the pebbled driveway as it does. I hurry back to the car, shielding myself from a sudden icy gale of wind. When I close the door, his small body stirs in the back, and there's a soft gurgle and light smack of lips. "Mum," a small voice whispers. "We're here," I reply, edging the car onto the driveway. My car beams cast a light over an impressive circular fountain with a pale stone statue of a woman cupping something in her outstretched hand. I drive slowly around it towards the small rose bushes outside the front of the house. An outside light comes on and illuminates the cottage, its etched grey brick now visible in the harsh glow. The bushes rustle restlessly, like they've been disturbed from a deep slumber. "Josh," he murmurs, pulling the blanket over his head to shield himself from the light. "We need to go in,"